Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We've handed the programming reins over to Tina Fey tonight. Tina, of course, well known for, among numerous credits, her many years as the head writer and performer on Saturday Night Live, as well as the wonderful 30 Rock TV series, which between the two shows have brought her 8 Emmy Awards. Welcome back, Tina.
Thank you.
The next film Tina chose for us is another great comedy. This one starring Cary Grant and Irene Dunne, another wonderful team. The movie is My Favorite Wife from 1940. Now, they made 3 films together, 2 of them comedies.
What's the third one? There's The Awful
Penny
Truth.
Serenade.
Oh, I don't know
which is
that
a
one.
beautiful love story.
Oh, I'll have to get that.
Very sad, really interesting. But why this particular Cary Grant, Irene Dunne pairing?
I just really enjoyed them as a pair. In choosing between The Awful Truth and this one, something about the premise of this one strikes me as funny. Just the idea that she's been presumed dead. She's been in a plane crash somewhere, has been missing for 7 years, and then shows up on the very day that he's declaring her dead and is remarrying this kind of fancy, sour woman. In rewatching it, I was like, oh, there are quite a lot of holes in this plot. Like, why can't he just tell her? But the two of them have just such a lovely chemistry together, and such, even though the movies are so chaste, there's such great romantic chemistry between the two of them. And in that kind of 30s way too, there's a lot of like between the lines things and like winking at, like it's very adult and very chaste at the same time, which I think is kind of cool. And her style, Irene Dunne was someone I was not familiar with her until I actually started watching TCM a lot and saw these movies here. And I just think she is fantastic, and her acting style is so kind of effortless and small and easy that she would play, if you plucked her into a movie today, it would work perfectly well. There's nothing old-timey about her acting style.
She was amazing.
She was amazing.
She was amazing. And she's so good that it takes somebody like a Cary Grant to be at her level.
Yes.
And that's what I think makes them so good as a team.
So good. I mean, he's also,
the best.
I didn't say it at first because it's just so obvious. He's the best, and he's so not only is like so handsome, I mean, but to just be so comedically adept and so charming, and God, the whole sequence where he's going back and forth in the hotel rooms and the clerk manager is giving them side eye because he's got 2 women in 2 different hotel rooms, and he's just playing it really, really well. And again, there's like crazy plot holes where it's never really explained why he can't just tell the other woman that his wife came back. But they build it, they string you out just long enough that you're like, okay, then literally a doorbell will ring and prevent him from telling her. And
prevent him to ever go to bed with her.
Yes,
so,
and that's one of the winky moments I was talking about when she says like, oh, did you drive back all night? Because there's it's unspoken thing that he's trying to not consummate the marriage.
Because you couldn't in a movie in those days.
You could anyway, but they're finding really subtle ways where he's like giving her the high sign to make it clear that he didn't without it ever appearing in dialogue.
And we have to give credit to Gail Patrick, who played the other woman, who was like maybe the best at doing that, of being the one that almost marries Melvin Douglas or almost marries Robert Montgomery or
you don't.
whatever.
She's pretty and she's funny, but you don't quite want to root for her.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I thought of another gag that I like in this movie that I bet was an even clearer gag at the time, was when Irene Dunne comes back. She's been gone 7 years, and she goes to put on her old clothes, and they're out of fashion. And you see she's a sequence where she first goes to a hotel, and her hemline is incorrect, and she's got these great big bows on her dresses that I bet it was even funnier at the time, because it all looks like old clothes to us now. But I bet that was a solid gag at the time, whoever designed those costumes. Yeah,
so let's have a look. Here, directed by Garson Kanin from RKO in 1940, My Favorite Wife.